What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having an absolutely fantastic day. I know I am. Today, as you guys can tell from the title, I'm going to be telling you guys the story of the time that we gave our teacher laxatives, okay? There is a little bit of a backfire coming, so you guys are going to want to stay to the end because it gets lit pretty quickly, but I know you guys love when I tell stories about my mischief in high school and middle school, so that's going to be one of these. But without further ado, let's get into the story time because there's some pretty crappy things coming. Get it? Because, you know, laxatives were involved. I'm pretty funny. Now, there's plenty of stories on this channel where I've talked about the pranks I would pull in high school, alright? Me and my friends were pretty mischievous at that point. We had plenty of practice. But this story actually takes place in middle school when I wasn't as good at actually getting away with stuff. You know, something about middle schoolers makes you just not as efficient at getting away with pranks. I don't know if it's the fact that you haven't gone through puberty all the way, or the fact that, you know, you're only 5'2", or the fact that you're 12 and you just, I don't know, aren't thinking things through as much. But for some reason, looking back at the pranks I pulled in middle school, it's no surprise that I basically got caught every single time, and this is one of those stories. So one day we were sitting in this computers class, and me and my friend I was sitting next to were talking about how funny it would be to laxative the teacher. This was right around the time that fake video went like viral on Facebook of some kids spiking the lemonade with laxatives. Like it was after one of those times, and I had actually experienced something similar involving laxatives before. So me and my friend were just sitting there like, yo, we should laxative the teacher. This is going to be a great idea. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be funny. And to be fair, you know, as much as this is a story time, it's going to be longer. It is a pretty funny idea. Like, imagine your teacher just chilling there. Now, kids, you're going to open your PowerPoint to slide. Oh, I'll be right back. I just crapped my pants. Like, that's pretty entertaining. Making your teacher crap himself in front of a group of middle schoolers is definitely the easiest way to end their career and also entertain yourself. But regardless, you know, me and my friend decided that it would be super funny to laxative the teacher. And at the time, I didn't think anything was going to come of it. I thought it was just one of those things where you're like, yeah, that would be funny. And then you guys just don't talk about it again and go your separate ways. But the next day, my friend comes to school and he says, all right, dude, I have laxatives. How are we going to do this? And I'm like, what do you mean you have laxatives? We're actually going to do this, okay? I don't necessarily think actually spiking a teacher's drinks with laxatives is the best idea. You know, I like not being suspended. I like not being in trouble. So maybe, hear me out here, we shouldn't spike the teacher's drink with laxatives. But being in middle school, I was easily peer pressured, alright? Like, if this dude would have been like, try crack at this point, I probably would have. I was super easy to peer pressure back in middle school. I don't know what it was about middle school, but I'm telling you, you could basically convince me to do just about anything by saying it would make me look cool. So he says that it would just be a cool idea, and I'm like, fine, I guess we could do it, but I don't feel like today's the good day. If we're gonna laxative the teacher, we at least have to have a plan. I was that smart in middle school where I went, you know, if we're gonna take the time and the effort to laxative the teacher, the least we could do is have a solid plan and execution for how it's gonna go down. So the rest of the computer class, we spent brainstorming, and I basically come up with the best way to do it would be to bring coffee into school like a Starbucks drink and give it to the teacher with laxatives in it, alright? And something important before this story continues is that we were kind of known for being mischievous around the school, alright? When I got to high school, I was really good at getting away with pranks, but as I said earlier, me and my friends weren't exactly great at getting away with it in middle school. Whenever we would do something, 99% of the time we were getting caught. I think we only ended up getting away with like 3 or 4 things in middle school, but for the most part, and there are other story times that I'm not going to get into now, we were kind of known for being up to mischief. So my friend goes, yeah, that's a great idea, we should bring it to him so that way we don't have to actually like put it in his drink and shake it up and stir it, because at that point some kid's gonna snitch, because it's middle school and half the class is a teacher's pet that's like, excuse me, Mr. The Rock, they put something in your drink. And you know, that's the last thing you need, is a teacher not understanding that you were just putting laxatives in his drink. Like, teacher, we are not trying to Bill Cosby you, I promise. We're just trying to make you crap your pants, which I don't necessarily know is better. Like, if I was a teacher and I found out students put something in my drink and they weren't trying to Bill Cosby me, they were trying to make me poop my pants instead, I don't know if that would make me feel more or less threatened, because I feel like those are criminal masterminds, alright? I'm not gonna lie, if I wouldn't have changed my ways, that's a pretty crazy thing to do. I tried to make my teacher poop himself. But regardless, you know, we decided that we're gonna bring a drink a little pre-mixed with some laxatives in. And so my friend goes, yeah, that's a great idea, and that's it for the day. The rest of the day, we just decide that that's going to be our plan, and he's going to bring in the Starbucks already with the laxatives in it, preloaded. And that'll be the easiest way to get away with it, which in retrospect is a really weird thing to talk about. Like, the kids who sat next to us had to have been really confused when I was like, no dude, we can't surprise him with the laxatives. We have to like put them in something that we give to him, because otherwise it's going to be obvious. And the kids around us were like, why are you guys talking about laxatives, okay? We're 12. So the next day comes and I walk into the computer class, and sure enough, my friend has the Starbucks, and I go, did you put the laxatives in? And he says, yes, absolutely. He already did it. He shows me the empty package of laxatives. He put a whole bottle of laxatives in this frickin' Starbucks, all right? Which was probably overkill. We're getting to the part of the story, but I'm just gonna say, I think if you drank an entire bottle of laxatives, you might actually poop out your intestine. Your lower intestine might just come out in one big chunk. So the one thing I will say, me and my friends, is always that I'm the talker. I'm the person that has to deliver the goods. Everyone else can plan everything and get things lined up, but I'm known for being able to talk my way out of any situation or talk my way into anything, okay? So every time you hear a story about this, it always ends up with me having to either pull off the meat of the prank or get us backstage somewhere. Like, I'm the person who does all the talking. So my friend looks at me and he goes, all right, well, I mean, I can't give him the drink. I'm not smooth, okay? Like, I am not smooth like you. And to describe this teacher for you guys, because that's going to be important, he was a young guy. He was cool. Like, I didn't really have any beef with him. I think we just decided to prank him because we thought it would be funny. The computer teacher really was a pretty chill dude, but he was younger. He wasn't like some 50-year-old man that grew up during the Great Depression that was going to be flabbergasted by the ingenuity of two young kids to put laxatives in some coffee. He was a pretty hip guy, which made it a little bit more challenging. For some reason, I feel like older people underestimate kids. Like, they're like, these kids are stupid. But this guy was in middle school like 10 years ago, okay? He wasn't so far removed that he forgot that middle schoolers are the worst people. They're not actually the worst people, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, they're mischievous, okay? So I, buckle up and I'm like, all right, this is probably going to be a hard sell because I've never given this guy a gift before. I haven't given Starbucks to my other teachers. He's going to be curious, so I have to just pull it off. So I walk up to the teacher and I say, hey, I just wanted to say thank you for making this computer class so great. Here's some Starbucks to show my thankfulness for your teaching. I really appreciate all the hard work you do for our class. And he's already giving me this look like, sure. Because I've always been pretty good with computers. I've always spent a lot of time online. I've been playing computer games and stuff since I was like 5. I've loved building computers since I was, 10 or 11. So this class was an absolute joke to me, and I was never paying attention. I was always zoning out, and he knew that, but I was always getting A's on my assignments, so I didn't really think he cared. He was one of those chill teachers that, like, as long as your work got done, he really didn't care what you were doing, You probably could have burned down the school in this guy's classroom, but as long as you got an A, he just didn't care. So he's already looking at me suspicious because he knows he's not changing my life with this class, all right? I'm not sitting here like, before you, I didn't even know how to turn a computer on. And now, here I am, after all these years, absolutely flabbergasted at the sheer amount of incredibleness in which I have learned. And so I go to hand him the Starbucks, and this is where everything goes wrong. So far, you're 7 minutes and 30 seconds in. You see that the video's half over, and you're like, huh. So I guess they gave him the laxatives, and then it was a super simple time of him just crapping his pants in front of the class, and I wish that's how this story went, okay? This is not going to be my brightest moment. Usually in these stories, I end up looking at least a little bit cool, but I took the fattest L to ever be delivered in a middle school classroom here. So he looks at me, look at the Starbucks, and we had put so much laxative in the drink that there was like this white powdery substance at the bottom. And, I guess it could have passed as like whipped cream or whatever, but he looks back at me, looks back at the drink, and says, you know what, Ryan? That's so sweet of you to be so considerate of me. How about you have it, I just feel like I don't deserve Starbucks. I'm actually cutting sugar out of my diet, so why don't you drink it, And I look at him and I go, oh, no, I couldn't possibly do that. I got it for you, I don't drink coffee. And he goes, Ryan, you had Starbucks 2 days ago in my classroom. Drink the Starbucks. And I look at him, and I can tell by the smile on his face that he knows we're up to something, okay? He knows this is not a normal Starbucks. We definitely should have thought the delivery method through a little bit more. We should have given it to like a teacher's pet and said that she could give it to him so she could get extra credit. So at this point, he's still looking at me and he's like, go ahead, drink it. And I say, oh, no, I'll save it for later. And he goes, please, no, I can tell you're thirsty, lunch isn't for another hour. Doesn't that coffee just sound amazing? And I'm looking at him and I'm like, crap, I'm going to have to drink this. Like, there's no way I'm going to get away with it. So I take a baby sip and I lift the straw off the bottom to try to prevent all of the laxatives from entering my system. I'm not trying to poop myself that hard, all right? I take a little sip and I go, yeah, it's really good. And I go to take it back to my desk and he goes, no, Ryan, I want you to take a big sip. I want you to really tell me what the coffee tastes like. And so I try to deny it again. I go, no. Like, seriously, it's okay. I'll save it for later. And he goes, Ryan, why are you not drinking the drink? Is there something wrong with it? Like, do you think that I need to send it to the nurse or something? Like, is something wrong with the drink? Because, you know, if there was something wrong with the drink and you tried to give it to me and you don't want to drink it, then I might have to contact the dean's office. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been outplayed, okay? It's not very often that I get outplayed. I like to consider myself a pranking aficionado. But here I am, realizing that my options are out. I'm gonna have to drink the laxative coffee. There's no way around it, because the last thing that I need is the dean's office knowing that I tried to laxative a teacher. Because you know how school districts are. They're gonna be like, you tried to drug a teacher. Like, they're not gonna consider the fact that it was just laxatives for a funny prank. I know how school districts are. So I look at him, and he's smiling at this point. He's not even hiding it. And I go, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. And I start drinking it. And I know at this point that I'm screwed, because I'm having to chug it. Like, he's not going to let me get off easy. So I drink about half of the coffee, and I go, yeah, it's really good. And he goes, why don't you just finish it? I mean, you're already half over. It only took you 30 seconds to get that far in the drink. So just go ahead. Polish it off. Polish it off. Don't even worry about it. Don't act like I'm not even here. You just drink the rest of it. And at this point, I'd like to remind you all to please press the like button, okay? Because my suffering cannot go without a like. Please, please, if you're listening to this still, please press the like button. It helps the video do better, and that way more people get to enjoy my punishment at what came next. So I drink the rest of the coffee, right? I drink the rest of the coffee. All of it. Every last bit. And I go and I sit down, and my friend's looking at me wide-eyed because he's been watching it go down from his desk, and he goes, did he make you drink all of it? And I go, yep, he knew something was up. There was too much laxatives. He could see the powder at the bottom, and he made me drink all of it. And he's like, dude, it was basically the entire bottle. And I look at him, and I'm like, yep, I know. Because something that you need to know is when you go on a prank, you accept the consequences. You accept the risk. And my option was either go to the deans and explain why I was trying to put laxatives in a teacher's drink, or just drink it. So I did what was good. And for a little bit, I felt fine. I didn't feel like there was anything wrong. I felt like I might have actually survived pretty well off here. I thought I might have made it to a point where I could evade it. After about 20 minutes, I started to feel it, okay? And I'm still in this class because I tried to give him the drink at the start of class. And so I'm feeling it, and I have to go to the bathroom, right? And I go to the teacher, and I say, hey, can I please use the restroom? I really have to go. And he goes, it's almost like you ate something funny. Is everything okay? And he gives me the look, and he's smiling. This teacher was smiling. This satanic teacher knows for a fact basically exactly what just went down and just doesn't care. He's like, yeah. Wouldn't you really like to go to the bathroom, Ryan? Doesn't that just sound incredible? And I'm like, please let me go to the bathroom. And he looks at me and he goes, yeah, no problem. I wonder what you ate. That was so weird. You look like you really have to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, yeah, haha, very funny. Okay, can I go to the bathroom? Please. And this man takes his sweet time writing out the bathroom pass. And with every minute going by, I feel my colon swelling to the point where it's about to explode. And he takes his sweet time writing in cursive every last detail on this bathroom pass. And I'm kind of like, hey, can you hurry? And he goes, no, there's hall monitors out there, and I don't want anything to be out of place, because what if they check it? I don't want you to get in trouble, Ryan. I wouldn't want you to get in trouble, and the hall monitors don't care. If you have a pass, they're basically golden. So at this point, he's just making me sweat, all right? I don't know if he was trying to make me crap my pants in front of the whole class or what, but he is making me work for it. So finally, he fills it out and says, good luck, Ryan, and hands me the bathroom pass with a big smile on his face. So I run to the bathroom as fast as I humanly can, okay? And thankfully, I get there with no accident, but I barely made it, all right? It was a race against time. You know when the NASCAR race and it's the last lap and everybody starts to drive really, really fast because it's their last chance to get the lead? That's basically how close I make it. So I make it. I don't have a DEFCON 1 situation, all right? My day is not that crappy if you're picking up what I'm putting down. And I make it. And for the next about 30 minutes, I'm just in the bathroom, all right? It was a very intense experience. I don't think I have ever had a more vigorous movement than that one. And after about 30 minutes, I go back to class and I walk in, and I'm not even kidding, I'm sweating, okay? Like, that was a workout. I have never had a more intense situation like that. And the teacher looks at me and he smiles and he goes, wow, took you a while. And I go, yeah. And he says, everything okay? And I'm like, yep. He goes, do you need to go to the nurse? And I went, nope. And I sat down and looked at my friend and said, we are never messing with this teacher again. And we didn't, because I learned my lesson. You can only get away with so much on one teacher before they start to know better. And you don't mess with young teachers because they do know better, all right? And to the teacher that's watching this, I don't know if you are, shout out to you, bro. You really outsmarted me, and you taught me a valuable lesson. which is be careful who you mess with, because if you meet your match, you might end up in the bathroom crapping your brains out. But on that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below if you enjoyed. And if you like this video and you're new, I made a playlist of a bunch of stories from when I was in school, all my pranks and mischief I got up to. It's going to be the top link in the description. So if you're new and you haven't seen all of those, if you haven't been around for a couple months now, then check out that playlist, watch it. It's got some pretty funny stories in it. And yeah, other than that, turn on the notification bell. If you have notifications on and you send me a screenshot to my Instagram @Scrubby, I actually try my best to shout somebody out every single day. Today's goes to Annalises. Big shout out to you for having on notifications. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. If you want a notification shout out, just send me a screenshot on my Instagram @Scrubby. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure you're hot. I'm going to go give laxatives to my mom now, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.